Shireen, thank you so much for joining us. Now, very, very quickly, as it is World Hijab Day, can you just tell us a little bit of why it's so important for you to wear the hijab?
Well, thank you for having me. It's a very personal choice. It's one that I made on my own. And I think this gets to the crux of the issue when we talk about basketball. I think that women, including athletes, should be able to decide what they want to wear as long as it meets safety standards. And I don't think this is difficult. I also believe the same thing for turban-wearing Sikhs. I mean, it's such a personal decision, and to have somebody tell you can't do it, particularly when there is no data to support the fact that hijab could cause injury to a player or an opponent. That's really important to keep in mind. FIBA has no such evidence.
Well, it's actually something I wanted to ask you. Have you ever personally, I'm assuming you're going to tell me no, but have you ever personally witnessed any injury happen because of somebody wearing a hijab?
I am a footballer, and I've played for 35 years, and I went through the same thing on the football side. I've never been injured or caused injury or seen anyone injured with hijab. The only thing that happens sometimes is if you head the ball, the hijab might fall off. And that's the only thing that happens that I've ever seen happen, but it doesn't cause injury to anyone.
Okay. Now, you probably know better than anybody about this particular rule in question since you write about it. Why has FIBA actually not done anything about it, especially up until this point?
Well, I mean, there's some different opinions on this, and I'll start with my own. There's absolutely no pressure from the executive committee of FIBA to have to do anything. I mean, the rule wasn't even made public until about 2.5 years ago when Bilkis Abdul-Qadir wanted to play professional basketball. She's a Black American Muslim woman. She played Div 1 in the NCAA, and she's incredibly talented. But when it came time for her to graduate and go pro, she wasn't able to do so. So there was really no cause to change anything. Now, then Bilkis, and she partnered up with Indira Kaljo, who is a Bosnian American, also played NCAA ball. I think they both got together and said, we need to fix this. But unlike FIFA, and I'm not one to give FIFA a lot of credit for doing amazing things, but the one thing they did get right is to rescind a head covering ban, because it doesn't help anybody. It excludes people from the game. Think about how many countries are excluded. Qatar withdrew from the Asian Games last year because they were disqualified. I mean, this is really problematic for the game. And it is my humble opinion that nobody in FIFA within the executive committee actually cares enough. Otherwise, this would have been changed.
Well, Shireen, thank you so much. It's really been lovely to speak with you. Now, you don't have to be a sports fan